All right. Hello. Whew. I am not 100% today. Just gonna take it very chill, very easy. Yeah, my brain's at like 20% capacity. So it's gonna be a good day. There we go. So 100, so not 100% still has the starting screen on. Yeah, I'm at like 20%, maybe 30 now. I got the starting screen up. There we go. How are you doing, Dev? How's it going? I don't even know. Where were we? Hold on. We're busy doing initialization stuff. And use imports. Oh, that's fair, honestly. Hold on. Let me just remove the unused import. There we go. There we go. Less complaints. Beautiful. I love less complaints. We just oh, hold on. I forgot to do something. I want to search for files in my NeoVim config. I want to use my. I think it was no, it wasn't in it. I think it was remap. I'm missing something here. Yeah, over here. This one. This little command I made, or well, I got from a very friendly viewer. It's missing a description. Disk equals switch inline errors. Save it. After that, we're just quitting all of it, restarting it. If I press space, yeah, it now shows me a proper thing. Terminal split. There we go. Make it a little bit smaller. Then we go back over here. We open the main file. Yeah, that just does the Twitch WebSocket in it. Oh. Go to... No. Okay. Hold on. Ooh. I just don't know where I left off last time. Let me just run the thing imaging. There should be a run command in my S2. Yeah, cargo run. There we go. Getting a bunch of warnings. That's fine. Let's see. Oh yeah, we connected to Twitch. I think that's where we left off. We did a handshake with Twitch. We can now actually do stuff. But we're not doing anything, so Twitch is like, alright, we're gonna close the connection. Yeah, I remember. Let's see. So we're calling Twitch WebSocket init. That's this one. It tries to get a bearer token. If it gets it, it goes to set WebSocket. Otherwise, it's gonna do authorization. Yeah, this is all authorization code. And over here, we're setting up the WebSocket. I think we can remove that because we're not using it. Wait, what? Access token, create bearer token. Now we're passing the same token along. I don't think we need to pass it, right? Unused, it's not even used. Okay, hang on. Let's remove that. Remove this. I was about to say, I probably use it somewhere else. That somewhere else is right up here. unused variable token. Oh no, sorry. Hang on. We do need to pass it along. Because if we get it, we pass it along, and otherwise we create it and pass it along. Unused variables, if this is intentional prefix. Yeah, okay. But we'll get there, don't worry. We'll get there. Right, mutable. Okay. Hang on. Logic. I can do logic right now. So we initialize. We get a baritone. We make sure we have authorization from Twitch to actually make connection to it. If we don't, we set up a stuff that we can authenticate ourselves. And then we're over here. Set up WebSockets. Unused variable. Set up WebSockets. Yeah, and over here we have the stream and handshake message. Do we really need that? I think we can like make that unused. And over here we... Oh man. I have to use my brain, I have to do a thinky. Okay, but honestly I'd argue, like at this point, once we're here, I think, we set up the WebSocket, and we don't really need to do anything else, I think. Well, we need to do stuff with WebSocket, obviously, but I think technically that's the... Oh, I need to do the main thing. That's the initialization of the WebSocket. So couldn't we just over here be like, we return the WebSocket and we're good after that? Is this the game called Rust I heard about? It's an interesting game in that case. It's just a bunch of colored text. No, it's not. I'm doing some programming. Rust is a programming language and confusingly also a game. So that makes Googling really interesting. How you doing, Titan? How's your weekend been so far? Okay, over here. Shouldn't we be able to just do like return... Color text is cool. I mean, yeah. I'm not gonna disagree. I think the color text is cool. You've been good? Hey, that's nice to hear. Yeah, it's nice to see you as well. I'm just, I'm a little bit out of it today. I had like a reunion with some friends I haven't seen in almost 6 years, I think, yesterday. So I'm a little bit, I don't think hungover is the right word. It's like somewhere in between being hungover and not be. I'm not quite hungover, but I'm also not hungover. We have a Dutch word for this, but I don't think there's a translation. Google.com. Translate. Oh, sorry, it's translate, isn't it? Translate.google.com. So if I try to go for brak, beagle or brackish. Yeah, I think in English this only refers to water. But in Dutch, the state of being not quite hungover or not, that's brackish. There we go. But yeah, I'm trying to write my own integration or my own Twitch bot, I guess. I think that's the best word. It's a project I've been working on for like a month now, and yeah, I'm still working on it. I haven't got anything working, so... Well, I got one thing. I got a follow H command, and after that I was like, yeah, I'm gonna start from scratch again. Because I was also learning a lot about how Twitch works and how the programming language I'm using for this works. That's a really interesting thing. It's a really I like learning new stuff. Your own waifu. Well, that's one way to define it, I guess. Construct WebSocket stream. Oh my lord, why are you so unimaginably long? Hmm. Can I just go like WebSocket stream T or something like that? Can I find T in the scope? Yeah, that's fair enough. That's some kind of WebSocket stream. Can't I do that? Missing generics. God damn it. Yeah, but is it like this thing? This thing is... So I remove this again. I can't even read. It's just going off screen. It's that big. Did not compile. Yeah, I am fully aware. I just want to actually be able to read the morning. Found struct. This. Tokyo TCP stream. Tokyo native TSL. TSL. Really based by how much you need to know. How much you need to know to do stuff like this colored line. Magical Y. Actually, no. I'm gonna kind of disagree. I think knowing stuff like the colored lines is not as bad as people think it is, in my opinion. But it always looks impressive. But I feel like you just need a little bit of a base knowledge, and that's most of it. After that, it's just, you know, doing the same thing over and over, basically. Filter yourself. One of the module in the crate, you have to use crate. Okay, so if I go, what do they say? Cargo at Tokyo native TLS. There you go, and like half the time, the color text will tell you what your problem is, how you can fix it. Okay. Can't I? Hang on. Okay, friend, have fun. Thanks for talking. See you next time, Titan. I hope you have a nice day. And thanks for stopping by. It's always nice to see you. Because can't we just make... Let me check. Models. Can I make like a generic for this? Rust simplify complex typing with... Would it be a struct? I don't think you complicated type... Yeah. This is my question. I have a structure with two members, each one of which is pretty complicated type, where I write out the types in full with something... Yes, that's exactly my problem. Is it ideal since the structure is now generic over Rx and Tx with respect to the specified bounds, which is not a thing... Hold on. So I thought we solved this problem by just specifying the trait bounds that I care about on these members. I always like to see a stream, even though you're not always interested. That's fair enough. I mean, I really get the Titan. I don't expect a lot of people who have followed me for Enlisted will, you know, be around for my programming streams. It's just an entirely different ballpark. So I definitely get it. But it's always nice people stop in and just say hi and, you know, even chat for 5 minutes. I do always really appreciate that. So thank you for stopping by. I thought I solved this problem. Yeah. However, this is ideal since since the struct is now generic over Rx and Tx with respect to the specified bounds, which is not the functionality that I wanted and now forced me to specify these types and level up. Is there any way to do this? Oh, I can just use an alias, type that. Oh, yes, hold on, that's beautiful. Let me just paste this. So if I go here, type switch WebSocket equal equals this. It's gonna complain it doesn't know what a WebSocket stream is. Oh shit. Oh, hold on, that makes sense. Because it did add a enter after that, or a line break. And then I have to over here we should say use WebSocket. Wait, what? Oh wait, we have to typing in the other one. Let me have a look. See in the WebSocket. This one. This one. It's this WebSocket. So then we go back to this one. No. The models. There's the models. Let's paste it here. Remove the other one. Expected semicolon. Yeah, you got your semicolon. No complainies. Oh, this is way better. Now, I should just be able to. Where's my WebSocket thingy? Instead of doing this, you switch. So over here, instead of returning all of this, let me just get rid of this part. Another one, and we remove this. And then it should be able to be like switch models. Colon. Switch. I did make it public, didn't I? No, nothing outside of this can read it. So we're gonna do pub. Then we go back to this one, and it's switch WebSocket. Oop. Save it. Switch WebSocket. Alright, and then we go over here. Mismatch types. It doesn't matter. We don't get down here. What we're gonna do. Can I just comment all of this out for now? Yes, I can. There we go. No complainies. Unreachable code. Unreachable code is commented out. Alright, so we're just gonna close it there. I'm just gonna remove that one. Actually, better thing. We just add another one over there. Unreachable code. Yeah, well, we don't need to actually do it like that. We can do it like this. Okay, and with that... Wait, where's the... We can back to the main code. Over here, we can make a new switch web socket equals that. And use variable. Wait, what's the default code styling for code style rest? Because I think you're supposed to use like the underscore method, which I am not too familiar with. I usually go camel case. Recommends that developer and tools follow default Rust style. Yeah. Indentations, block indents. Yeah, trailing commas, big favor. Comments. Twitch, Rust naming variable naming convention. There we go. Basic Rust naming conventions are described in an RFC. In general, Rust tends to use upper camel case for type level constructs, types and traits, and snake case for value level constructs. Yes, so like my default local variable should be in snake case. Snake case, yeah, I did expect that. Oh shit, did I... Hang on, what did I change? There we go. So we make this Twitch underscore web underscore socket, I guess? That sounds fine. How are you doing, OX? Wait, what's that X? Hold on. What's the second character? That's smaller than it should be. That's not normal X, is it? I'm pretty sure that's not normal X. Although it does render here as a normal X. That's cool. Like Hex, yeah, I did get the Hex notification, but it just looks like the X is so much smaller. Like you're using an exponential X. Might be Twitch fucking up though. Or might be Twitch doing something weird. Or you just claiming a cool username. A decimal is the number. Next to decimal. Now I'm curious. Convert this. Why this number? It's with Twitch formatting? Oh, okay. Is there a specific reason he chose this number? Oh no. Oh wait, I accidentally copied that. Hang on. And paste it. I'm getting some an interior trim cover of a Volvo? Oh, it's a date. Oh my lord. Yeah, that's fair enough. That's fair enough. You're a lot sharper than I went there. That's a cool username though. How are you doing? I'm just gonna call you OX. How are you doing? Welcome on in. Okay, I need to. I'm so slow today. It's gonna be fine. I can do this. I believe in myself. I believe in my capabilities to remember what I was doing. Alright, let's see. Right now, we get our WebSocket. We get it back. We're returning it. Then we need to make a system to actually handle incoming messages. So, yeah. And I need to actually, like from this part on, I actually need to work async. And I'm definitely gonna screw that up multiple times. Because we want to set up the WebSocket connection, and there's nothing really we need to do before that. Or during that. We just set it up. After that, we need to asynchronously listen to stuff happening there. And asynchronously set up stuff to react to the WebSocket messages. I'm gonna open Tokyo tutorial again. Oh, by the way, OX, I've been working in Rust for about a month. I've made a very simple Pokédex, and like I can show you my first try with the integration with Twitch, which was just one big main file that ended up in this loop over here, which is very ugly. So that was like my first, in quotation marks, project that I did. And now I'm trying to like rework the code in there to actually be workable and be extendable and that kind of beautiful stuff. Do you have any experience with using Rust? Are you a developer? I just, I mean, with that username, you are some kind of IT nerd. You're not fooling me there. Question is, what kind of IT nerd are you? I was looking at the Tokyo.rs. Learn. Yeah, I would like to learn. I forgot how this all works. Let's see. Hello, Tokyo. This is the Redis thing. Spawning. We're going to shift gears, start working. First move set. That's alright. It's always nice to learn through experiments. Yeah, definitely. Like my favorite way to learn is by just trying out to make stuff and failing a lot. Like when I started this, I said I'm gonna rewrite this whole thing at least 3 times. Like I'm trying to get it Like, I'm probably gonna work like a month in what I'm gonna set up now. And after that, depending on how it goes, maybe I actually make some good decisions there and I can continue in it without screwing everything up. But I'm absolutely prepared to just throw it away after a month and make it better. Okay, how did this all work again? Oh, hold on one sec. Alright, I'm back. How did this all work again? Spawning. It's about spawning new stuff. We're going to shift gears. Let's move on. Create an empty one. Stocks are accepted in a loop. Each stock is processed then closed. For now, we'll wait to command. Yeah. Yeah, so this is just everything being handled one after another. Concurrency. There we go. I serve a slight problem. Process inbound requests one at a time when connection is subset. It waits until it gets a response and then it does stuff. To process connections concurrently, a new task is spawned for each inbound connection. The connection is processed on this task. Yeah, that's what I wanted. So we make the TCP. Then we make a Tokyo spawn async move. New task is spawned for each inbound socket. The socket is moved to a new task and processed there. Tokyo is an asynchronous green thread. They are created by passing an async block to Tokyo spawn. Tokyo spawn function returns a join handle, which the caller may use to interact with the spawn task. Async block may have return value. The caller may obtain return value using a wait. Yes. Waiting on the join handle returns a result. When a task encourages an error during execution, the join handle returns an error. This happens when a task either panics or if the task is forcefully cancelled by the runtime shutting down. Tasks are the exception managed by the scheduler. Spawning the task submit to the Tokyo scheduler, which ensures the task executes when it has work to do. Spawn task may be executed on the same thread, whether a spawned may execute different runtime thread. The task can also be moved between threads after being spawned. When spawn task is lifetime must be static. This means the spawn task must not contain any references to If you make it, you have to communicate over a channel or something like that. Which is fair. You want to make sure your data is pure there. Yeah, this is why you don't want to go wrong. You use new stuff. Okay, so over here we have the WebSocket. If I'm correct, let's just run it how it is right now. I'm just curious to see what it does and what it doesn't do. So let's have a look-see. I think it should at least compile. I don't think there's any breaking errors in here right now. So it says setup WS. WebSockets connections made. And after that, yeah, it makes the connection. And after that, we should be starting to, to listen to it. But I think at this point, we already want to spawn some kind of task to deal with this. Because we want to do other stuff. If we, in the future, we definitely want to set up other WebSockets to like OBS or stuff like that. So the whole process of spawning stuff in, or getting messages from the WebSocket is not something we want to wait for. What's the Tokyo select again? Let me have a little look at that again. Tokyo select. Select in Tokyo. I have definitely looked into this earlier. Tokyo select macro, waiting. Yeah, so you're still waiting. You're not spawning anything. Yeah, right here you're like, hey, the first one that returns, that's the one we're doing. Waits multiple async computation returns when a single computation completes. It does make sense for this use case because we have multiple ones. Most of these, I think the only one that's actually relevant next to just having a text message is the close one. Oh shit, it's ad time. Okay. Just sit here and read this for a bit, I guess. I am coding Trippy. I'm sorry, ads just started. And async equivalent to REST. Wait, publish does that. That we subscribe. Alright, that's over. Yeah, Trippy, I'm doing some coding. I tried to do coding streams on like Saturday afternoons. I'm a bit later than usual today. Because I was out with some friends yesterday, so I woke up a bit late. But right now I've been working on making my own Twitch bot. Which has been a fun project. It's been cool to learn a lot about how Twitch works, and I'm using a new programming language I'm not too familiar with. That's been really cool. How you doing? How's your week been? Or the start of your weekend, I guess. Okay, pub async. In here. Can I do a loop? What if I'm just gonna be like a tad lazy. We'll be a tad lazy. Oh, I'll just copy this. We'll dump it in here, and we'll see how wrong we're making stuff. Let's see. We made it a little bit wrong, but that's fine. Oh, by the way, I did listen to that Russian playlist you sent. That was pretty cool. I really enjoyed that for a bit. I'm definitely gonna listen to some more of it. I gotta save them between my other playlists. So thank you for sharing that. It was a good listen. Today has been good. Just woke up a couple of minutes ago. I mean, I'm kind of assuming you're from the US, right? In that case, waking up a couple of minutes ago is that's a pretty good time to wake up in the weekends. Like it's almost it's 5:30 p.m. for me, so a little bit different. If I woke up just now, I would have had a serious problem with my sleeping schedule. I would not make work on Monday. Yeah, you're in the US. That's an acceptable wake-up time, right? Okay, let's look. I was looking at the Tokyo spawn thingy. There it is. So first we make the connection to Twitch. After that, it should be Tokyo dash dash spawn. Async. I think God, what's it? It's Oh no, my brain. Oh, it's right up there. It's the Twitch web socket. The colon. It should be something like setup WebSocket listener with Twitch. Best state in the whole place, Texas. I mean, I think different people might have different opinions on that, but you're entitled to yours. Okay. Wait, what are you complaining about? Mismatched types. Oh, wait. Over here, shouldn't it be like unwrap? No, it doesn't. Async move. Yeah, I forgot to. Oh, I need to move the thing into its. Oh, yeah. My God. A bit biased, just a bit. Yeah, I'm a bit biased to the EU. So there's also that. Wait, I just had a beautiful example of this. I just absolutely am not reading that. Fun. Why was the move again? I think you need to move it into its own little piece of memory, right? That's why you do the move? I want to know why. First move. Move to a new task and then a new task is spawned for each inbound socket. Socket is moved to a new task and processed there. Yeah, that makes sense. It's doing a lot of complaining, but that's fine. We just go and move. Mismatch type, expected unit, found struct, Tokyo task, join handle. Mismatch type, expected struct. I feel like this one isn't being read properly or something. Say I'm awaiting it already, right? I mean, we can move it to owned, but I don't think that's gonna make the difference. No. Into deserializer, into call. What do you think the type of this is? You're not gonna show me? Try into with a we can try it into. Oh, sorry. Now you need to do let task is then a task await. I think I'm still being. I think I made some mistakes here. Well, I'm definitely making mistakes here. I'm pretty fucking sure about that one. Expected. Mismatch type, expected struct, that find unit type. Over here, if I'm not mistaken, I am returning set WebSocket, Twitch models, Twitch WebSocket. So that's returned from there. Also, wait, where's my cursor? We can just remove all of this because it's not being used anyway. There's another one up here, right? Yeah, here it is. Save it. Yeah, we're gonna add a little underscore over here. Then we have this part. Yeah, we are returning a Twitch WebSocket in theoretically, at least. And over here I am saving it, I think. Okay, if I just go, let me just try it out. I'm gonna say this is a Twitch model. You don't have access to. Oh, it's there. Oh wait, it's Twitch WebSocket. Alright, I'm just gonna do this the roundabout way just to test it out. So it should be create Twitch models Twitch WebSocket. Mismatch types expected that found unit type. Rest return from async function. I don't return from that init? Oh shit! You're absolutely right. I call the init, but I do return from setup WebSocket. Oopsie daisy. You are absolutely right. Thank you very much for pointing that out, because I was absolutely missing that. So over here we return Twitch models -- Twitch WebSocket. Then over here expected struct. Yeah, we'll work on it. Do return that. And get authentication doesn't return anything yet. Oh, Okay, this is getting a little bit complicated because we don't actually get it from we don't actually get it from this one. We do create bearer token, set up WebSocket. Okay, but that's fine. What we can do is just make this a pub. And then instead of doing all of this, you are also using that. Like over here, we're just making sure that we do have the Twitch bearer token. And if we don't have it, we're going into authentication. So we set up everything. We made sure we have what we need. And over here, we can just remove most of this. Yeah. And now over here we can say let Twitch web socket equals Twitch WebSocket set up WebSocket. Oh, dot await. Excuse me. Dot await. Wait for the response. Okay, so then it should be over here. We're setting up the WebSocket listener. And WebSocket listener in its own right. WebSocket. Oh, web underscore sep. Web underscore sock. Oh, there it is. Setup WebSocket listener. Whoopsie. Yeah, this is gonna do this. Whenever it gets something, it's gonna do handle Twitch text message. And that will be this beautifully written thing. At least we split it out a little bit. I gotta be honest, I still don't really think it's very beautiful. But it should be doing something. Should it though? Can it print lines from inside a task? I'm not sure it can. We'll see what happens. No, of course it can't. It's just... No, of course it can't. It's just gonna be... because we don't await it. There's nothing it's gonna be waiting for. Tasks dot await. And then I need to actually properly write tasks here. Unused must use. Hello? Must use unused implementer of futures util that must be used. Futures do not. Yeah, that's right. You don't do anything. Do I need to do await inside the async as well? Yeah. I probably need to. Unused must use, unused result that must be used. This result may be error variant. Let's just put it in there for now. Well, actually, let's not. Let's keep the error so I do remember I need to do something about that. Alright, so now we're kind of back to the old way we had it. It's gonna time out in a little bit. There we go. Actually, let me do a little test because I wanna make sure I understand this correctly. Because if I understand this correctly, it will wait for Twitch to disconnect, and only after that will it do the print line thingy. The print line test I just added. Let's wait a second for Twitch to time us out. There we go. It closes it. And only after that does test. Yes, okay. Okay, Now here's the problem that I have. Because I want to run this somewhere else. I want this to be done, like 100%. But I also want to do other stuff while this is still listening. And I don't want to have to wait for it. I want it to loop on its own thread. As a manner of speaking. Because in my understanding, that's how... that's like the power of async. My question is, how do I do that? That's what I'm gonna figure out. When tester encounters an error during execution, the join handle will return an error. Always looping. Just do what you want before tasks.await. Oh, of course. So I can, like over here, I could go. Where's my brain? Print line test. Yeah, but like just very stupid question. If I like fire off some other codes in the like using, how do I have it over here? I have like the handle Twitch text message, and then do this. Like does it do stuff with this and just prints it out when I do await? Because from my understanding, it's just waiting until I call await to actually do something. But I might be absolutely misunderstanding that. It's actually really reasonable for me to be misunderstanding that. Message text response, handle Twitch text message. Let me just look a little more over here. Channels. I think channels is also something I need to introduce myself to. I did this tutorial at the start, but I kind of halfway forgot what most things were. Say you want 2 concurrent Rust commands, we can spawn 1 task per comment, and the 2 commands will ask concurrently. At first we might start something like this. This is, okay, yeah, that's not really what we're thinking about. The answer is to use message passing. The pattern involves the spawning a dedicated task to manage the client resource. Any task that wishes to issue a request sends a message to the client task. The task issues a request on behalf of the sender, and the response is sent back to the sender. It's not exactly like we're definitely gonna be using something like this. I think this is with like the one-shot response. I do remember that one. And that's gonna be really useful for something like a finalize command. Pass our channel, yes, Tokyo Sync MSPC pass producer to your WebSocket reader and send parsed Twitch messages back from that. Tokyo, hold on. Multi-producer single consumer channel, many values can be sent. Yeah, I make like one MPSC channel. I think that should be, I don't think it should be, I don't know where. That's like what I create in main to receive all the messages from on the other queues, right? Like over here, I create an MSPC channel. Then in the WebSocket, I pass it along in some way. And whenever I get something, I can respond on the channel. Yeah. Yes. I am, honestly, Ox, I'm just, every time I've streamed, well, so far somebody with way more knowledge than me has come in and has really helped me out. So I do really appreciate it. Multi-shop, okay. I'm gonna open that page. Multiple single consumer queue for sending values between async tasks. This module provides two variants of a channel, bounded and unbounded. The bounded, let's read this one first. Just look at the example. I create a new channel with a capability of at most 32 MSQ is used to send commands with task messaging. Whatever the connection is, the multi-channel capability allows messages to be sent from many tasks. Creating a channel returns two values, sender and receiver. Two handles can be used separately. They may be moved to different tasks. The channel is created with the capability of 32. If messages are sent faster than they are received, the channel will store them. And at 32, it will kind of stop. Yeah, we can just clone it. Alright, that was what I was wondering. So, let's just make a little... Let's make a little thing to try this out. So we go over here. We say, I make the TX and the mutable R. I don't like these names they have. Which one is which one? TX send, sending from first handle. TX send, sending from second handle. TX is like the send channel. Send channel. And we have the RX. That's going to be receive channel. MPSC channel. I'm just going to make it 32. And let me actually start using. Use Tokyo Sync. MPSC. There we go. So we got those. Type annotation needed. Yeah, you probably need to know what kind of thing we're working with. Question mark. Consider specifying a general argument. Type annotation cannot invert type from the parameter T declared on the function channel. I think some message is both messages are sent to the receiver handle. It's not possible to clone the receiver on that one. Whenever the sender has gone out scope, otherwise it does not. Yeah. Let's have a look at how they do it over here. So you spawn a task. You make the client. SV.receive await. Now update the two tasks. Send commands over a channel instead of issuing that directly to REST collection. You just send them away. Just a little bit confused about the type annotations they need. Tokyo MPSC type annotations. You can skip it for now once you declare that in the... Oh, it's gonna make it from context. Gotcha. Thank you. TX.clone, TX.send that. I should be able to just pass this along, right? So I should be able to make... Actually, I don't need it for now. I can just pass it. Oh, wrong button me. So I'm just gonna send channel. So we're gonna be, yeah. We're gonna declare you over here. Set up WebSocket listener. Send channel. That's gonna be. Please tell me you have a typing here. It should be. Hang on. Over here we make it. So, are you able to tell me what you are receive channel? It's just a generic receiver. Fair enough. MSP sender. Wait, it's a sender? Oh yeah, sorry, I passed the send channel. Yeah, that's a very good point. So before we do anything, over here from we don't have Tokyo in here. Okay, use Tokyo. Sync MPSC. Then we go back down here. We go to the end. There we go. A little bit back. And then it's like MPSC sender. What that Wookluk doing? That Wookluk is trying to do stuff. Now I'm trying to make a Twitch integration, Twitch bot. It's fun. How are you doing, Ace? I'm doing the same nerd shit I usually do. You know how it is. Mostly failing, but still trying. Alright, you need a kind of response. What if I just say your message? Text. Text. And then try use variant enums. Try using. You're doing F2P tethering. Why must you keep putting yourself through this? I truly do not get the appeal of, hey, I have this extremely grindy game. Let me try to do it again, but without even, you know, the paid stuff that make it less grindy. Wait, don't you mostly do F2P anyway? Hang on, I'm losing. Okay, so over here, send channel in use variables, yes. And over here, boop. What we gonna do is say send channel dot send response. Are you gonna complain about this? Oh, sorry. Let me just go response dot clone, because we want to keep the original response, so we don't do anything weird. We're gonna await the response. Unused must use, unused result that must be used. This may be R variant. Yeah, don't care about the R right now. I just want to see my responses. Alright, please do recompile. Oh, and over here, I think in the receive channel dot, we need to have some way to receive stuff. Where did we do that again? Send CMD await, manager await unwrap. Bundle of the main function, we await the join handles to ensure the commands are fully complete before the process exits. It's because I want to play low tier, but I have researched too far on the main account. You know what? That's fair enough. That's fair enough. So, how low tier are you? You like BR8? Something like that? Somewhere over here there should be... Well, commands... This is the one. Well, some command... There we go. So, what we're gonna do... Hang on, let me just remove that. We have the Twitch second... Yeah, this is the one for Twitch. Then we should make another. Let's test. We're just gonna call this test. We make a new Tokyo spawn. Oh, sorry. Async move. Then over here, wow, let's some test, some Twitch string. I'm just gonna call it Twitch string. It's gonna be a string. Oh no, wait, we don't need to declare that. I think you know that. It should be like the receive channel dot recv v dot await. Oh shit! It's ad time. DBG. Switch underscore string. But here we do switch underscore string. You're 5.0. Ooh. Because I had my my mic on. So sorry about that. That was very impolite of me. Yes, I did have a nice Hydra days. Also, I want you to know, like, what you call low tier F free to play is higher than what I ever got on any nation. Expected value found attribute test. Yeah, that's because I renamed. Oh my lord. I renamed it. Of course it's not gonna find it. Bruh. What? What? I'm not. Like, I do enjoy a little bit of War Thunder, but it's definitely not my main game. I already sold my soul to the enlisted snails. I don't need another snail game. I enjoy it. Like, I enjoy playing a little bit of it. It's a fun game in its own right, but it just ain't a list for me, man. Okay, we don't need to actually do anything here. Alright, so we spawn the Twitch WebSocket on its own build branch. After that, we spawn the listener that's just gonna be received. Actually, just a stupid thing. Shouldn't we be doing this the other way around? We spawn this one first. After that, we set up the WebSocket listener. So it can actually, there's no chance that if this takes 10 seconds for some reason, we're missing some messages. I don't know if that's how it works, but I think I should do it just to be safe. Okay. So we're getting some stuff back over here. A Twitch string. Hold on, let me just go back over here and just remove a lot of print lines. This one, we're gonna comment this one out. There's some prints over here. We're not calling this, so it doesn't matter. We want that print to be there. We don't really need you anymore. We can remove that one. Any more prints over here we should be worried about? No. Any DBGs? There's a DBG over there, but we're not using this part of the code yet. There's a DBG over here. That's gonna DBG the whole some responses. Yo, Vivex, how you doing, man? Welcome back. How's your week been? I'm gonna kind of disappoint you. I haven't looked at the web yet. It has been in the back of my mind, but I just haven't had time for it. I'm sorry. It's still there though. I am going to look into it. I just don't know when yet. Alright, let's see. Are we getting this? Enlisted isn't that fun anymore. That's fine. Doing good. Finish the complete refactor of your component system. Ooh, nice. Was the hard refactor? Or was it just cleaning up some stuff? Also, I do get it, Ace. I still have a lot of fun in Enlisted. I truly love the game still. But I think there's a lot of righteous criticism on it. Completely change the architecture. Damn. That must have taken you quite some time. Hang on, I'm just... Where's my little WebSocket? WebSocket? Bookmark. Because you should. This is the one, right? How big is your pull request? Show me the pull request. Ah! It's not there. Come on. I usually, like, for my work, I work in Bitbucket, so I'm a 50-50 on how to maneuver this one. Push to main. Oh no. VFX, please. Like, even I have done one web project before. Or one, it's this one. I'm the only developer. Even I use pull requests. I even built like the what's it called? A little pipeline thing. I was hosting my own pipeline to get this working. Which was fun, honestly. Setting up the pipeline, I'd never done that before, so that was an interesting experience. Oh no. Is it, hold on, is it just, yeah, this is the commit. Can I get like a total overview? Oh, that's not that bad, honestly. Like, removing 1600 lines and only adding 880, that's pretty good. That's just removing 810 lines there. That's pretty neat. Still, this is too complicated for me to actually understand what's going on. That's a pretty big refactor, man. And just throwing away 800 lines is... That's a sign of good refactoring. Most of this is just updating all the tests. Oh, the actual refactor wasn't that big. Ah, okay. Yeah, just... You have replaced component with state, I see. In a lot of places. I'm guessing state is some kind of wrapper? Render toggle. Oh, what? Why is my page down broken? There we go. Yeah, this is just mostly tests, it seems indeed. So over here, derive state, derive component. What's this state thing? Can I find state? I can find a lot of state in here. Can I just find... Can I look through files? Please let me search through files. Something with state. State.rs. Implementation of the component derive macro. Abstract representation of a struct field. Actual implementation of the macro. Split atomic dealing with different token streams. Is it like you want to match up with renders or renders that are blue? Let you do a push, oh god. Don't push broken code, VFX. Is it like, do you want to match up with renders or renders that are blue? It's not Borken. No, you didn't bork it. Just simplified it more as a fact. Nice. That's good. I don't fully understand. I mean, either way, you're being matched up with randos. If you're playing Enlisted or War Thunder. And from my experience, like the average War Thunder isn't that good. Just like the average enlisted player just isn't the best player, honestly. Why do I see I'm sorry, what, like I said, I'm not too familiar with with using GitHub. I just want to see the commits, man. Just show me the commits. But no. There we go. Wait, this push is committed 17 hours ago. Let me just F5. Oh wait, here it is. Wooglook, Lucy! How's it going, Lucy? I saw you, you managed to get back to streaming again. Latest commit you did? Oh, so you committed 17 hours ago. Yeah, I gotcha. What are you doing here? Mod targets. Commit timestamps. Yeah, I did forget about the local commit. Obviously it works that way. It's 25 degrees. That's a good 15 degrees lower than it was. Yeah, I saw you were streaming yesterday again, so I'm happy you're able to get back. Refactor reactivity tracking system. Oh my god, you just threw away a lot here, but I'm assuming you added it back in other places. It's just a fact of just a market trade to prevent using non-reactive state. Same here. Yeah, I think it's about the same here as well. PC finally not dying from overheating. That's big improvement. Big improvement. Define large fields. Define large fields matrix. Right, honestly, most of this code is more complicated than I can deal with. Okay, hold on. I want to get back to this. So right now we have connection to Twitch. We get response from Twitch. Like a response right now. The first saw, hey, you're connected. Good job. Hey, are you alive? Okay, you're not alive. We're closing the connection. Another hydrate. I'm on it, Mr. Ace. You got to go back to D&D. Hey, have a nice D&D, Lucy. I hope y'all have fun there. TLDR, now we now use one global store instead of per component state. Also, the internal reactivity system architecture is much more efficient. Use one global state store instead of per component state. Is there a particular reason for that? Or do components share a lot of state? Or is it just so you can always access anything from anywhere without having to go into the component, asking the component, hey, what do you think you're doing? What do you think is going on? Okay, let's go over here. Basically, yeah, is to help with prop drilling. It was much easier to reason about. Sorry, what's prop drilling? Is it reducing the amount of properties on objects? No need to track inter-component dependencies because all the components depend on the same single. That's a big upside, though. Component is better than key. Depends on what components you're eating, guys. Or drinking, if you're ambitious enough. Okay, Okay, now comes the step. Propping is the act of passing a prop down multiple components because the provider for the end component. Oh, that's... Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so you have to go like, I have a div, I pass it to like the first thing in there, and then the element in there, and the element Like 3 elements down is the one you need. Other framework stuff like global state store or no context provider. Sorry, in other frameworks, stuff like global state store or context providers are the solutions to that. Yeah, that's sounds like a good solution for that. It's it's kind of dangerous in a way because there's a lot of global state that you need to keep in check. But if you make like your mutations of the states, if you do that properly, that shouldn't be any problem, I guess. Okay, over here. Now I actually need to make a decision because we're getting a... It's less confusing than context provides. Yeah, I can imagine. Match. Okay, I'm just gonna copy a few lines of this. Actually, hold on. I'm just copy all of it because otherwise I probably need to type most of it anyway. Okay, so this is a bit of an issue. Because honestly, what I don't want is have like a big match statement for all the stuff. I want to edit in some way. Just don't know where. If you use Rust access rules, you can structure your code so only your component defined in this part of the code can access a specific part of this global store. Yeah. Yeah, it's like if you keep to the architecture, it's probably like gonna be really good. If you try to derive or not derive, move away or do your own thing. If you move away from the architecture, you're probably in a heap of shit. And having to deal with not using proper architecture. Okay, just for now, I'm just gonna wait. I want to go to main. I want to go back to this one because I don't think I made this public. No, I did not. Yep. Yeah, so over here, theoretically now we should be able to say Twitch WebSocket. Where is it? Handle Twitch text message with the Twitch string. Use of moved value. Oh yeah, of course we moved over here. Let's not do that. There we go. Okay, so now we just pass it along to this one. It's a very open architecture. The core is that there's only one... Hang on, sorry. It's a very open architecture. The core is that there's just one global state store and you can nest substates inside it. Balancers having private fields on set substates to prevent modification. Outside specific modules is just... Yeah, that's very Rust. That's what I've found out so far. That's what you love about Natrix. A lot of the features are just Rust 101. Yeah, that's a good way if you're trying to make something like you do. You may want to use nvlogger and log rates. It helps you to have debug info. Yeah, right now I'm trying to set up like this basic structure. I'm hoping to finish that off this stream. After that, like one of the next thing is gonna have implement some kind of logging framework. Because yes, using async stuff, I really wanna get some proper logs. So yeah, that's definitely in the back of my mind, and it's something I'm gonna do. Okay, right now, hang on. We have the over here. We say Twitch message handshake file. Yeah, right now we have we get a basic Twitch message. We're gonna decide the type of message we get. If it's a handshake, we're gonna... Yeah, okay. For now, we're mostly just stemming data. Like you do context providers by just using traits. Like if a component library does want to require prompt running the theme down, then it can just has theme trait. Add it as a bound to the crate. Then you can directly use... Ooh, that's a good one. That's nice. That sounds like a good way of doing it. Once again, my understanding of this is pretty limited. But from how far I understand it, it does sound like a logical approach. Okay, we're getting a lot of logs in here. So, yes, yeah, there we go. We still didn't subscribe to anything, so Twitch is like, what the heck are you doing? Let's see. Twitch string is dead. Welcome message timestamp. Sorry, I'm just going over it, but I'm not actually reading, which I should do. Okay, we get the Twitch string with the metadata. This is a message type is session welcome. Yeah, that's the handshake thingy. Then over here, that's the same one we're logging. Then it actually goes into the where art thou into the handshake part of our code. So it right now it just does hey, we have connection. Post an example of the traits up in the Discord. Ooh, let me have a little look-see. Yep, there we go. Let me open some Paint. Don't want to get my whole Discord on here. Ooh, let's make it a little bit bigger. What do we have? Example of context provided Natrix, i.e. Rusty Natrix 101. Mod my library, preloads, has language. Self has language greeting. Alright, well, one very stupid question. How would I, like, as a user, how would I use this? Like, over here, you have a trait has language. Do you add this to, like, HTML components? In a way? You make a div. You make a new div, sorry, over here. You make a new div. You set the text. You match the get language. If it's no, you set hello. In English, you say greetings. Text moves. Surrender CTX name clone. I bet you're passing it along to something else. I'm guessing. Language signal static text author name signal string. Then where it has language for app get language. Render app. Greeting, lens, author name, derived. You make your own library. Has language for app. App is this, yes. My library, greeting, lens, app, author name, derive. I feel like I'm halfway understanding this. The straight has language. That's like get language. I don't really get where your CTX is your. That's probably your state, right? That's a global state. Meanings example use a lot of concepts. Maybe not a good example in isolation. Probably. I mean, I know the term CTX for Angular development. I'm just assuming it's the same. It's like the state basically state management thingy. But you render from state. Yeah, that makes kind of sense, I guess. I find it extremely cool what you're working with. But it's just a bit above my head. It's a framework wrapper around the global store. Yeah. That's what I'm used to working with in Angular as well. So that makes sense to me. Okay, hold on. I have an ID. I have an ID. It's maybe not a good ID, but it is an ID nonetheless. Alright, let me just get this. All of this. Actually, I'm gonna return it. And instead of cutting it, I'm gonna copy it. We're gonna go back to the main thing. And in here we have the WebSocket listener. if we get a string in here, and I need to Twitch WebSocket. Yeah, over here, use create Twitch, not WebSocket, models as Twitch models. I cannot find value response. What's oh shit? It's not response over here. It is Twitch underscore string. Oh boy. It did not like that. Whoopsies. But you are a string, right? Boo. Oh no. Hold on. Oh, you need an ampersand string. Wait, shouldn't this? Oh, sorry. Shouldn't this be creating that? Type annotation needed. Man, I'm confusing stuff again. Because this, let's go back. What do we have in Twitch string? Twitch underscore string. Twitch string is a uppercase string. But with the ampersand, it should be str, right? This message from Jason. The point is at the point where you send something to a channel, it shouldn't be a reference but a string. Twitch string. Yeah, I mean I get I shouldn't be sending references to the WebSocket. That's not allowed because you can't maintain proper ownership in that way. Type must be known at this point. Some Twitch string though. Oh, wait. Is it because the type is unknown? Should I go like string? Yeah, okay. That's not how this works. It's not how any of this works. Type must be known at this point. Let's just look down here. It should be a borrowed Twitch string. Yeah, I borrow it over here, so that's fine. I feel like I shouldn't need to borrow it over here because we don't need it. Oh, excuse me, it's still over here. Hello, can we save this? Tokyo spawn, WebSocket, send channel, mismatch types, NPC stringer found. Oh, okay. Now it's being confused about the typing, which is fair, I think. Yeah, because over here we're like, hey, we want. Expected struct Tokyo sync sender STD string. Yeah, that's probably like the proper string with quotation marks, and not a borrowed one. And over here we're probably suddenly working with a borrowed one. Oh shit, it's at time. It's always at time. String from save. Ha, nice. Okay. I'm gonna be back in just a little bit. Alright, I am returned. I expected... I don't need to do it like this, right? Useless conversion. Yeah, that's what I feel like. But if I don't do the conversion, it's complaining to me. Well, it's complaining down here. That is different. Hang on. The send channel. I should be looking in where I return to the send channel. Somewhere up here, I think. Down here, WebSocket listener. Yeah, over here. It does response.clone. And the response.clone should be a proper string, right? So I enter it like this. Just explicitly give the type and not let it guess. Oh, sorry, I made a mistype there, didn't I? Oh yeah, I put it in the wrong place. String. Comparison operators cannot be changed. Use that instead. Oh yeah, sorry. YouTube. Right, then over here it's giving me expected en passant. Yeah, okay. So we're getting a string back. Then we can borrow out that string. There we go. Thank you a lot for that, OX. There we go. Okay, so we should be receiving it over here. We're getting a message. After that, don't need to print that for now. Unreachable pattern. Multiple earlier patterns match some of the values. Okay, so I'm guessing I can remove that. Yeah, it's not gonna complain if I remove it. Okay. Oh, wait. I think there's still one thing missing. Check. Because we need a session ID. Twitch needs us to save a session ID that we pass along in next message. Let me look at the old main file. Session. If I could type session. File session ID. Yeah, we're getting the session ID in the handshake. And we need to save that. I believe. Because over here, if we go to handled switch message event, it does something with the session ID if I remember correctly. Wait, if I just send Twitch request with the session ID. Oh yeah, if we want to subscribe to new stuff, we need session ID. That's what I was thinking about. Yes, okay. So, in the handshake, oh, I don't need to run it again, it's still here. We have the Twitch string. Where's our handshake? Handshake is an, and there we are. Twitch handshake payload is a thing. Twitch handshake session with an ID in there, and that's one we need to save. I think for now, what would be a good way? There's probably multiple good ways. I do need to think up some mechanism to keep stuff, to remember stuff for as long as the session is running. Or as long as the program is running, I guess. Which is the same. Rust save data for as long as program is running. Let's save Rust data created to be loaded. don't want some long-running process. I have Rust tracks that compile me in fields that populate with values from an API request during runtime. So I start me up with this data load and compile time. No. No, that's not what we want. We wanna... Maybe we can save it in a file. We're doing that, well... we're kind of doing that with the bearer token, but that's not what we want to do here. Fetch data every n minutes. Yeah, but this is about things that run for hours. That's not what we want. Actually, just a stupid... there's no really... Like I was thinking in like object-oriented, where you just use this dot x is value, and then one possibility is to use a global hash map. Ooh, I don't want that. I do not want that. Spell Rust program. Don't care. Don't want to do any of that. Rust save session. I mean, session ID is like a general term. Question about Rust site, question about remembering. That's question about remembering sessions. Make a small website in Rust, learning Rust, yada yada yada. I need some feedback for my code methods of doing things. How many PHP? I wrap kind of back as one piece. Oh, that's painful. But you do you. I made plenty of bad decisions myself. How would you implement session? Regarding of session, PHP implements setting a cookie with a random key into But how do you save that on the Rust side? Yeah, this is really about cookies. Things to implement sessions. Yeah, well, for these kind of questions, I do like asking stuff like just ChatGPT. In Rust, I want to have a value that I get at some point at the start, and I want to have access to that value as long as the program is running. What are some good patterns to do this? I am Dutch indeed. Save it to a local var in main. Rust local. Oh, you mean like over here? Go let val is whatever. Yeah, I am definitely Dutch. If you didn't catch the accent. I mean, I don't want to save the main. Honestly, I would like to. I have a if I could find util. Yeah, I have a util, and over here I would like to have like some way to save it. Did I do something like that in here? Rust local var. Local variable holds value directly associated with stack. Yeah. If the value is immutable, only needs to be initialized once. You can use one cell state for immutable globals. Yeah, a fellow Dutchie, I see. And yeah, I do live. I grew up in the Netherlands. You know, lived there all my life. Main somewhere during initializations. Let states, my state in it. Use Tokyo sync one cell, Tokyo one cell, sync one cell for latency. The value is available only later during startup. No, it's not at compile time. Should still be global. Yeah, I can do like something of a mutex, I guess. I don't care about ownership. I can just copy it and pass it back. Mutable global state. Print. Oh, no. Go away. I don't want to do that. How do you do this? Tokyo sync one cell for late in his... let me just look into this. How does this work? What does this do? Thread save cell can be written to only once. One cell is typically used for global variables and needs to be initialized on first use. Need no further changes. The one cell Tokyo allowed initializations procedure to be async. Okay, once is a one cell const new. Often used to write a wrapper method for accessing the value. Yes, that sounds like something I want. Then I do need to initialize it some way. But with the getter you need to like also set the get once or in it. But we kinda have to assume it's already initted. The proper words initted? I don't think it is, but that's fine. Create a one cell that contains the preferring value, if any. If the option is none, this is equivalent to creating a new one. Okay, so let me just have a look at this. Theoretically, if I understand this correctly, I should be able to go like, under types, static, static session underscore ID. That's gonna be a once cell. From, I'm gonna use the Tokyo one. I don't know if I need to, but I'm still gonna use it because I have it. It's gonna be a string. And can I just set it later? Like, it's gonna complain if I do this. Free static item without any body. And one cell const new. Alright, so we should be able to go like one cell const underscore new. Alright, so it's not used. We know. We're working on it. That's gonna be fine. Oh wait, I did write something for the session ID. I just used it in a file. Okay. So we're gonna get rid of this, I guess. I'm just gonna comment it out. Well, actually, we still use a file for the bearer token because we need to hold that between different sessions. So we're gonna do it like this. Then we should get global integer. No, it should be a session underscore ID dot set token. And now it's going to complain the token is not mutable, so we should be going string from token. Underscore string. Unused, must use. And this, what does this return even? Set. Oh, but I didn't really get mut new set. Here we go. That's the value. Alright, so you own you give a result. That's the value of the one cell to the given value. If the one cell is empty, if the one cell already has a value, this call will fill with set error already initialized. Okay, that's fair. But yeah, you don't see a lot of Dutch people on Twitch. I feel like there's a few around for sure. Calls a function with a reference contained value if error. Expect returns the contained OK value, consuming the self value. Once the function may panic, use its. Okay, I'm just gonna allow some panicking. Trying trying to reset session ID while it was already set. Boop. No more complaints. You moved here almost 5 years ago. You're trying to catch up on your Dutch now. Alright. Where did you move in from? And how'd you get in here? How'd you end up here? Alright, over here. Let me just... We should go... Let's have a little thinker. We go session underscore ID dot get. Return that. Mismatch types. Alright, of course you get an unwrap, so I'm sorry, we get a result, so we're gonna unwrap that. Mismatch types, result string. Yeah, this is the question. Do we return a full result here, or do we deal with the errors on this side? For the other one, I decided to let the one asking the bearer token to deal with it. Like the get bearer token, we're just returning the full result. I feel like that might not be the best approach, because if we're calling this and it isn't there, we're in deep shit. And we should... I don't know if quitting the program necessarily is the proper thing, but for now, I am going to. We're just going to return a string. That's all you need to know. Dot unwrap dot... Hang on. Expect a string found that dot... Expect session ID not set. Expect found... Wait, you're returning a string? We are expecting... I think we should be unwrapping after this. Oh, was not the right button. That's the right button. Or should we first unwrap? Yeah, we should unwrap first, and after that we're expecting. Attempted to take value of method unwrap on type option string method not a field. Attempted to take value of method unwrap on type std option. Yeah. That returns a mutable no. Returns a reference to the object currently stored in the one cell, none if the one cell is empty. Alright, so you can be Kennis migrant from Russia. Oh, you moved. Moving away 5 years ago seems like a good move. I'm not returning it, you're absolutely right. Thank you. And I forgot to actually call the unwrap. There we go. And yeah, okay, that's fair enough. Because I think the expect... Oh, I don't think we need to expect necessarily. Expect unwraps automatically. Oh, right. I keep making these kind of errors. Let's see, test. Mismatch types, expected string found that. Implicit returns. Oh wait, I still have that there. Okay, and over here, instead of doing that, we can go. What do you want to do again? We dot clone. That's the one. There we go. But yeah, how did you find the Netherlands so far? I mean, you've been there for 5 years, so I'm assuming you are enjoying it at this point. Okay, over here. In the WebSocket, I'm gonna make a function pub fn handle Twitch handshake. We're gonna be passing to this. We're gonna be passing to this the payload, I think. That's too much. Send request session ID. That's. Wait, where's the Twitch send? Oh, we don't have it in this file yet. It should be in here. Twitch send request. Yeah, over here it just gets a session ID, so we're passing that somewhere. Oh, send Twitch request. Yeah, we just get file and file.session. Yeah, copy. And we can just handle Twitch handshake. Wait, let's go to the main first. Alright, we're just passing the session ID. Actually, in that case, like we can pass it along, but we can also just do utils config save store session ID, and we do file dot what's the file? I have it in my paste. File dot. I don't have it in my paste apparently. I don't have it in here either, but we can remove these. I have it nowhere here. No, we need to go to the main old. This is the one. Just gonna copy that. We're gonna dump it in here, and then I'm just gonna be very lazy and type val.session.id. Alright, and we make a string from that. That's fine. String from val.session.id. Field session of struct. It's a private field. That's fair enough. Netherlands is awesome, but yeah, like everywhere there are ups and downs. Texts are pain, overall super happy. Yeah, I do agree with that. Netherlands is pretty heavy on the taxes. And I've always felt like you do get some proper stuff back from that. Like the taxes, I feel like the taxes are generally serving general needs, and I'm a big fan of that. Then again, I'm very biased. I grew up here. Let's see. Pubstruct that one. Do I need to make this one public as well? I don't think I do, right? Oh, I might. Let's have a look. How do we want to use this? Fal.session.id. And that's from the Twitch handshake session. Oh, we definitely want to make this public. I think we need to make the whole struct public to actually use it. And you are Twitch handshake session. Yeah. I think we need to make this one public. We can go back over here, resave it. Field session of Twitch handshake payload. Field ID of Twitch handshake session. Let me just. Sometimes you need to type for it to. There we go. To rerun the whole thing. Expected string, found string, mismatched types. Wait, does the store session ID expect a borrowed value? I should know this. I typed it like not very long ago. Yeah, it definitely does expect a borrowed value. Okay, that's fair. Is that fair? I would expect a borrowed value. We're just gonna pass it here. Wait. Here? Yeah, here. I think it should just, like if you're storing it, it should be getting a string. That makes sense. We don't need to do the whole set string from token. We can just, give it the string. Yeah, it's way more logical. Oh, that's not the file I wanted to open. This is the file that I want to open. Okay, let's check it again. Expected ampersand string. Do you really though? Yeah, okay, no value. That's fair. Okay, so we have the handshake. We should be able to store the session now. Let's go back to the config. And we go dbg, exclamation mark. And I'm just gonna go ampersand token, save it, over here, run it again, and read a message. That's also, it's cool to see the text are working to make things better. Yeah. Yeah, that's, yeah. Yeah, I agree. Oh no. What are you complaining about? What did I do wrong? Please be mad. No. Oh yeah, we don't need to unwrap it. Of course we do. We don't. We just get a string. And that's in the client.rs. Client.rs. Sorry, search files. Client.rs. Oh, I didn't want to do that in that screen. Over here. So we open again and we go to client.rs. Error. Dun, dun, dun. We get a token. Dun, 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 dun. Okay. Let's see. Wait, what? Hey, and we're back. Okay, now this one is using the handshake is saving our session in the utils thing, which is good. Now I made a new channel for our send channel for our Twitch messages. So whatever Twitch message is doing, they can respond back to what we want. I think. Does that make sense? Yeah. I think it makes sense. Otherwise, we'll figure it out. That's fine. And then over here, once we set up the handshake or did the handshake and set everything up, we should be doing. Let me just go over here. We make a new. It should be async. I think it should be async. Async function. Post Twitch in it. I really need to work on this naming convention. No, this is gonna be setup Twitch listeners. I might already be using that name somewhere. I think I did that in. Where are you? WebSocket.rs. We have set up WebSocket. We have set a WebSocket listener. That's this one. Okay. That's over here. Hang on. Yeah, down here. What we're gonna do is actually, I think this part. Does it make sense to do it like that? No, it doesn't, honestly. No, it doesn't. This model switch message, subscription message envelope. Yeah. This can be gone. Gone in the wind. I think we gotta use the client file. Where's my client? Because this one's gonna send messages to Twitch of what we want to subscribe to. This specific one should... Because what does it do? We have our client ID, session ID, mutable map. We set up... we set up a listener to our chat messages on my broadcast. Map, insert user ID to owned. Wait, what? Oh yeah, that's... Wait, what? Why is there a user ID in here? Let me get the Twitch API. Sending Twitch messages. Wait, does this send out a message? Hold on. This... Yeah, this is actually sending out messages to Twitch. Or to Twitch chat in this case. I think? Twitch res text.await. Insert client ID to the header. But this is sending out a post message. Event subscriptions. Okay, let me look at Twitch channel.chat.message. Sending and receiving chat messages. Oh, it's literally the same file. At chat basics, Twitch chat and chatbots, API. Sending, receiving, reference. I think it's in reference. Start commercials. Shouldn't there be some kind of set get chatters? Get chats. Twitch get subscribe to chat messages. Guide to custom messages. How to subscribe. API event sub. I just want to know what I need to send. Chat. Sorry. Channel.chat.messages. Any user sends yes. Okay. What's the user ID? That's what I'm confused about. Why is there a user ID in here? Condition. The user ID to read chat as. Gotcha. Yeah, so that's my user ID, and that's correct. Yes, okay. No, actually, let's keep that. So right now, we're basically telling Twitch, hey, we wanna get messages on every chat message that is... we're gonna rename this because this name is horrible. Async function, subscribe to chat message. Okay, for now, I'm just gonna keep it as is. I'm just gonna fire it off. I'm gonna link it up. We're gonna go. Are we using Twitch, the client yet? Create utils config, Twitch. Can I go? Is this allowed? Twitch models as models. Client as Twitch client. and just import. Oh, that works. Honestly surprised that I got it in one try. But we did get it in one try. Then over here, this is not used yet. This is a lot of double code right now. But over here we should go Twitch client. For some reason, like my whole linting breaks if I try to work within a match, and it's low-key annoying. But it's fine. We can deal with it. The Twitch client. Brainy, please. How did we call this function? I cannot remember for the life of me. Subscribe to chat message. Subscribe to chat message. Message. Also, this is not a proper place to do this. This should be in. Oh, I have too much. Okay, I'm gonna clean some stuff up here because it's just too much right now. We're deleting these. Go up, go up, go up. Yeah, we're not using Twitch client. That's fine. We have the init. That does stuff. We have get authentication, the root, set up WebSocket. Right, this one's still kind of ugly, but we'll work on that. Must use unused STD result. That's fine. This one is never used, which is also fine. I'm just gonna remove this. Then we go back to our main file. Over here, it should be Twitch. I just absolutely added all that in WebSockets and it doesn't need to be there, right? Well, not yet. Honestly, we will be using this later. Right now, we're just gonna dump this in here, replace that. And then over here, go to the end. I said to the end. There we go. Twitch client colon. I didn't make it public, I think. No, it's not public. Okay. Pub async, that's the order, right? Yeah, it is. This client, subscribe to chat message, and I'm gonna add a S to that. Can't find function, that's fine, because the function does indeed not exist. Now it does. Similarly named function, subscribe to chat message defined here. No, it's not. Please recheck. Then over here we get the session ID. We should also be getting the bearer token. I think I wanna just get these two like at the start. That it just crashes as early as possible if this gets called at a time where it shouldn't be called. Go back to main. Useless conversion, yes, because we changed that to be proper string, not some weird board value. Unused must use. Dot await. Okay, so we're awaiting that one. Let underscore equals. Okay, we know it's not being used. Twitch sender is send channel.clone. Yeah, right now we're gonna use it over here. We're gonna use it to communicate back from the other things we get from Twitch. But once we get a handshake, we're gonna subscribe to chat message. We're basically gonna be sending out the first our first subscription, and after that, theoretically, it shouldn't crash. So let's run it, or it shouldn't crash. It shouldn't stop after 10 seconds because we have made connection to Twitch. Oh no. Oh no. My OAuth token is not valid. Why is my OAuth not valid? Content type. Response. States 401. Token is dead. That's my other token. That does work correctly, so we can remove that little DBG we have in there. So we got that. Use variable. Alright, I want a bit less errors. We'll get there when we get there. Thank you. Okay, we in it. Over here we say subscribe to chat message. That's in the client. Over here it's complaining that our token is not correct. Actually, it might be that my client ID is incorrect. Let me check that. Gonna be checking that over here. Where's my it's like api.twitch? No, Twitch. It's like dev.twitch.tv. There we go. Right, I should be logged in. My console. Youth. I'm gonna look at this one. Client ID. That does seem to be correct. Okay. That's good. Then we have the bearer token. Session ID is get session ID. Invalid OAuth token. Interesting. Very interesting. Because this was working correctly before. That's a thing. Session ID to owned. Session ID into. Transport to owned. Yeah. Yeah, this is still the same ID. We are I mean, I can reauthorize myself. Just. Oh, wait, no. I don't have the server running, so I can't really reauthorize myself. Why is my bearer token incorrect? Because this should be, that's in utils. Where's utils? Oh, it's config. The config, we have create bearer token. Read the string is config/bearer token.txt. It should be there. Otherwise, wait, yeah, it's not using a test token or anything. We are using it over here, if I'm correct. If we get the bearer authentication bearer token, yeah, we're just returning okay. It's fine. So then we go back to the main.rs. We have done this one. We should be authenticated with our token. After that we do a setup WebSocket. Setup underscore WebSocket. So we create a new connection to that. Yeah, and we return that. Connect async to that one. After that, hold on, that's in main again. We create the send channel, receive channel. Switching, receive. And that we basically get the question from Twitch, hey, who the heck are you? We're telling it... Oh, wait. At no point over here are we actually telling Twitch, this is our bearer token. Should we be doing that somewhere? How did we do this? Hold on. Hold on. Envelope session welcome with notification. That's the implementation of Twitch underscore message. That's not what we're looking for right now. Handle client. I think it should be somewhere in here. So first of all, we do the original WebSocket connection. It's just we put connection to it. After that, we get the first response from Jason. We do our handshake exactly as we're doing right now. After that, it should be go to send Twitch request. Interesting. Maybe my OAuth token has expired? That could be a thing. I can just request a new one. That's not what I want. Alright. We make a new terminal, split it. I'm gonna make it a bit smaller. Over here. I should go into config. And I should go rm bearer token.txt. Actually, let me go back to that. Because we also don't need this session id.text. Okay. Then we go back to running. Run. It should be like, hey, you're not authenticated. Let's wait a second while we can authenticate you. Oh, it's not giving me the log. Alright, but what if I just press this? Authentication done. It says it's done, but it's not really reacting to it. That might be something that we did. Should be in here, right? Config create bearer token authentication done. Okay, we return that. Okay, I'm just gonna restart again. I'm gonna check. Hold on. Let's insert. Close this. Let's ls our config map. There's a new bearer created a minute ago. That's good. That's what we want to see. Then over here it is. Oh, my bearer token was just expired. So I type test and we get a big long error. Lovely. I saw an error, right? Oh no, there's no error. It's just putting everything in error no message keep alive. We're not really reacting to the keep alive. That's fine, that's fine, that's fine. We will at some point. But not today. Okay, so we do get our message back. That's good. It also goes to this one, submsg, because that's subscription message envelope. And that's giving us, subsmg, a pretty empty thing. Val is just not really... Oh wait, because I absolutely wrote it incorrectly. I think, let's double check, because we have subsmg and after, yeah, here it dumps file. And that's just the whole thing, with subscription, message type, and after that is an event object, yada 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 yada. Okay, it's still complaining about the keep alive, but that's fine. That's fine. We can ignore that for as long as you want. Okay, so we do get a little thingy from Twitch back. What do you complain? Oh, I accidentally removed something there. That's fine. Text response, send response await. Set a WebSocket listener. You're giving me this. Oh, I need to do let this. Misuse. Stop complaining. Use let to ignore the... Excuse me, do you want me to... Like, chain let? Let's not do that. That sounds like a bad idea. Okay, okay, anyway, we're getting chat messages now. We're getting chat messages. This is okay. If we receive a chat message, we need to handle it. Should I make a different file that's just gonna handle stuff? I think we might. I think we might do that. Just over here, let's see. We're getting responses. Where did we get responses again? Let's type another test. Yeet. That's a lot of info. Right now it's main.rs 2525. So we be going to main.rs. We go 2525. This is where we're at right now. Subscription message envelope. What now? Yes, I didn't think I'd get this far. You can stop. Actually, let's just stop returns again and see if our bearer token is still valid. I was kind of assuming we don't need to do it every time. Yeah, there we go. It still allows us to do stuff. That's lovely. Twitch. Because we have a client, we have models, and we have the WebSocket. I think it would be wise to make what did I just say? Like handlers. Actually, mkdir WebSockets are no. I'm just gonna make a loose file. Touch handlers.rs. Gonna create a new file. I'm gonna go just back to base, I guess. Then we're gonna go over here. We're gonna open handlers.rs. Actually, we need to open our file. You're not opened yet. Search files for something called twitch.rs. Here it's pub mod handlers. So that's there. Then we can actually start working in the handlers. I'm gonna look at my old code again. How did I do it over here? Because it did respond to like one very specific, only if the message started with exclamation mark follow age. It worked. Okay. I'm just gonna go. This is a very long and very badly written thing. I think we can at least start out with yeah, something like the first 20 lines or so. We'll see how it goes. We'll just copy that. We go to the handlers thing. We paste it down here and get rid of the old. Oh shit! I removed too much. Yeah, I removed too much. There we go. We need to import. Sorry, it's not import. What am I typing? It's used. Use create Twitch. Sorry. Models. Models as Twitch models. Now over here it should be Twitch models, Twitch subscription envelope. Then over here we do the same. It should be Twitch models, Twitch chat message event. I think that might be private still. Could you show me an error? Okay, we definitely need to get rid of this part. This was how I used to do it. Just gonna put an empty string in there. Unclose. Oh, right. We don't even close the function. Let's start by doing that. There's just, yeah, I also copied half of one header. This file contains an unclosed delimiter. Only one. There we go. There's another one. I know the indentations are different, but I was kind of hoping this would deal with it for me. Maybe one more. Yeah, there we go. Just one more and it deals with it. Empty literal. Okay, whatever. So just gonna go string from from test. This. Mismatch types, expected header value. Oh my lord, stop complaining. Please. Just gonna do it like this. Oh wait, don't I need to do like header value from mismatch closing delimiter. Oh my lord, am I screwing up the closing delimits again? I thought I fixed those. Yeah, I did. Mismatch closing delimiter. Okay, so you need another one. That's fine. You can have another one. Filter resolve, use of undeclared head value. Yeah. Field message type, Twitch subscription message is private. Okay. So let's start out by going back to the models. Over here, I wanna go to Twitch subscription message envelope. That's gonna be public. Oh no, we don't need to do that. The parents are already public. We just need to make you public. Twitch subscription message field message type. Okay, let's go to the Twitch subscription message. Oh yeah, you indeed are all private. So let's make you pub. Then you need a subscription to be pub as well. Wait, what? Field subscription of Twitch subscription message envelope. Oh, and a message type. That's not in here. Twitch subscription ads are over as well. I'm just changing some typing over here. Abstract subscription should be pub. No, I didn't want a capital W. I want a normal one. And over here, the envelope. It should just be public, right? Abstract. Field subscription of. I'm sorry, but you do seem pretty public to me, as far as I'm concerned. So I'm just gonna assume that's Rust linter just not properly rereading. And over here, there should be a message type that's also pub. Wonderful. Let's go back to over here. We enter a new break. Yeah, wonderful. That one's fixed. Then we go to the next one. That's Twitch. Twitch chat message event. So first of all, you can be pub. Then Twitch envelope.event. Oh, right. Pub. Field event of that is private. Okay, we fixed that one. Field message of Twitch chat event message. is private. Yes, so we need to go to Twitch chat event message. Make that one pub. Field message of Twitch chat message event. Oh my lord. Twitch chat message. Okay. Twitch chat message event, this one, and then the message pub event of the envelope is, where's the envelope? Twitch subscription message envelope. Okay, you are public, you just don't know what you're talking about. That's fair. Okay, so that's a lot of typing errors fixed there. Let's go to this one, and I would like to look how what type was that in the old one? So over here it's just format that, pass, unwrap, format, bearer, to owned, parse, unwrap. Did I import some kind of type over here? Don't think I did. No, it doesn't seem to. Okay, then I'm just gonna assume I did something different wrong. I absolutely forgot where I even was working. Not in config, not in models. Maybe in client? No, not in client. Definitely not in client. I was working in main, wasn't I? Source main. Subscription message envelope full. I'm confused. I'm very confused. Wasn't I making this thing? Because this is a subscription. Not a WebSocket, not a... The handlers. Handlers, there it is. Okay. Just at the start here, I think we should be getting bearer token. So we say let bearer token consider importing struct. No, we're not using that struct, so we're just gonna ignore it. Use create conf utils config. Yeah, and then over here we should be going. No, we should be going to the end of the line. And we say config get bearer token. And I think this is expect also unwraps it, right? Return the contain OK value consuming the self value because this function may panic as it's generally reserved. Prefer to okay, whatever. Except error getting bearer a thing. I probably should be making a different function. Instead of get bearer token, there should be something like check if bearer token, and that should be returning a result. A bearer token should just be returning a bearer token as a string or panic. Because if we're using this and we don't have the bearer token, we're in deep shit. And we just make a mistake. Bearer token. Expect header value found string. Yes, but how did we do this? I thought we just parsed it passed it along a string. Aufbouwer log unwrap string from access token. No, not there. Handle Twitch event message. Yeah, it should be in here. Header map insert. Header request authentication. I'm just gonna copy this. We're not gonna dump it in there because we were working at the handler part. I'm gonna paste this over here. Actually, no, we're gonna paste it one line down. Bearer and the bearer after. Wrong. Oh god. Okay, there we go. We remove that and we say bearer underscore token. And I don't think we don't need to do the whole to owned stuff like that. And we can just remove all of this. We close that one delimiter. Format, mismatch type, expected header value found string. Use of undeclared type header, use of undeclared type header value. Okay. Nani? Let's just make sure Rust linter does recompile. Does recheck. Expected head. I have had this before, but I don't know how I fixed it. Isn't it like to owned? Don't I need to make sure this gets owned? To owned? Mismatch type. Expected header value found string. But how did we make it a header type? I don't see anything. To own.parse.unwrap. Oh wait, hold on. We do the whole format thing, and after that we do to own.parse.unwrap. Oh, I want to copy it, not delete it. So I think we need to do the same thing over here. Able to resolve, use of undeclared type, header, use of undeclared header value, envelope, non-exhaustive pattern, not, yeah, okay, we're still working on that. Ensure a possible case being added, match arms to the wildcard. Okay, so what if I just go, other just, wait, isn't it, no, sorry, it's underscore other matches print line other arm handle event print ln. Okay, so that's one. No, Twitch subscription message is private. God damn it! Well, I fixed all of those models. And then we need to go to Twitch subscription message, private interfaces. Boop. Okay, that's another one fixed. Filter resolve, use of undeclared tab type. I mean, I thought because we're getting it directly from request, it would be fine. Yeah, use request. Header value. Also, let me just get header value and header map, so we can just simplify this. Get rid of these. Save it again. Use of undeclared. Can you please recompile? Apparently not. Oh wait, shit. Let me just. Okay, there we go. Header map that use fail to resolve use of undeclared type. That's really confusing. Maybe it's one of those things that's gonna be magically solved once I get to another part. Because over here we say content type. Header map, insert authorization to author. Okay, sorry. The content type over here. And after that. Okay. So we're just gonna go from here. Let's say 18 line. Going 19. I lied. It was 19. I shouldn't go there. I shouldn't go to handlers. I'm gonna paste it. I really feel like it's tripping. Alright, you know what? I'm just gonna quit everything. We're gonna save all our changes and we're just gonna start Anthem again. Just to make sure it's not tripping balls. Okay. Let me open handlers again. Go down over here and let's see what it will complain about. Indexing. It's talking about unused imports. That's fine because I don't really think we need to import it. It was just because Anthem didn't really keep up, I guess. I don't really know what happened there. Can't find follow age. Yeah, that's fair because this is a Twitch model. Now it's gonna complain it's private. Called it. So what we're gonna do is we're open the models. It's not models. That's models. And now I forgot what I wanted to look for. Follow age response. Followage response. User follow response. Yeah, this is a pub. And then over here. This one is also pub. And you have that. And you have these. Right, over here I'm gonna debug exclamation RSP and that's gonna be response. I keep doing this, but I don't need to. We got a debug thingy. And then we're gonna properly add a semicolon at the end there. Like we should. I don't know why I alt-tab. So theoretically, you just go over here, cargo run. Boom. Okay, we got everything. So if I type Volage, it should be sending a request to Twitch, I think. False subscription envelope. We're using an async function and we're not awaiting the result, are we? I think that's a... go back. Why? There we go. No. There it is. Only took me like 5 tries. So WebSocket listeners. Yeah, we're not actually using the handler. So... we're gonna go... over here we have all of these and we're gonna add another one which will be handlers is Twitch handlers. Unused imports, if we're working on it, do not worry. Then over here we say Twitch handlers. Twitch handlers. Did I make you pub? Are you a public function? You are not. Pub. Handle Twitch event. Yeah, that's over here. Handle Twitch event message with vol. Oh shit. Okay. Nee. Vol. There we go. There we go. Sorry. Dot await. Save it. Over here we just remove one thing too many. Handle Twitch event message. Okay. Yeah, I think like I'm gonna handle it like this right now, but I think we want to spawn more thingies from here. Let me just make a slash add to do spawn more Tokyo thingies. Tokyo tasks is the proper term. Tasks for these. Because ideally, I'd like if we get something, if we get a subscription that we need to deal with, I just want Tokyo to create a new thread. By thread's probably not the correct term, but y'all know what I mean by thread. I want to create a new thread, handle it on there, and just communicate back if it needs to communicate back. Okay, handle Twitch message. That's over here. Okay, you're gonna do like all this kind of stuff. If we get channel chat message, task, yeah, it is task, right? Sorry, I just couldn't remember the name. Okay, so at least at this point, I mean, Fred isn't totally wrong. Tokyo won't. Yeah, I know. That's like in my head, it kind of is a threat. I know it's not the correct term, but I think thinking in those ways is not entirely incorrect. Okay, so we get another thing. So I press volage. We're getting stuff. Let's see what we get. At least we do follow age asked. Where do we lock that? Not over here, it seems. Oh, hang on. Wait, am I looking at the correct file? This is handlers? Yeah. This is gonna move to a different area. Yeah. Wait, is this... Yeah, this should be part of the client, I think. Because this is sending a request from us to Twitch and waiting on the response. It's a thread that only runs when there are free resources. Yeah, fair enough. Okay, so I just did this whole thing. And now I'm just gonna move it over. We're gonna be moving this over. If Twitch message text follow age, yeah. Okay, it gets here, then it does all this stuff. Do we actually get... Oh shit. It also prints out all the messages everyone sends, of course. Yeah, sorry, hold on. Don't get distracted. Over here, we have the bearer token and everything. I'm just gonna copy this and put it in here so I can just copy the whole damn thing. I think I should be about. We can get there with 30 lines, right? Right? about here. Let's say 50, just to be safe. We're gonna be opening clients.rs. Over here. Oh shit! I need to make a new function. Function. Sorry. A public function. Function. Why am I typing it out? Function ask followage. Let's call it a user ID. Will be a string. And paste it back. Save it. Let's see what it's gonna be complaining about. The limiter's not closed correctly. That's fine. Also remove some of these. Like if you have configured thread account to N, only have spawn and task, all tasks are basically own threads, assuming none of them will ever wait. Realistic, yeah, that's fair enough. Like, I did something wrong. I do multiple things wrong here. Let's not get ourselves. But yeah, that's what I made up of the Tokyo tutorial or introductory course or whatever you want to call it. Yeah, I did suspect something like that. Okay, let's go back to the handlers. I want all of these. I want all of these and put them into clients. Just remove config because that's a duplicate. Wait. Yeah, sorry. We also need to async. Expect one of extern fn gen save unsafe found key or pub. Excuse me? It's a public async, not an async public. Okay, I'm gonna call it Twitch ask follow age. And also, there's one more thing because it's gonna be responding over a one-time channel. Because that seems like a good idea. Channels. If you spawn less tasks and available threads, then you know no task will ever be blocked and waiting for a free spot, but it does mean Tokyo will use all those threads. Yeah, fair. Where's the one shot? That's the correct thing. One shot. Yeah, I was about to say, they do something like this over here. So what we can do is we create a one-shot channel that can just, yeah, that's a good way to do it, I think. So over here, just like type responder, one-shot sender. Oh yeah, it should probably be. Let's go up again. Use Tokyo. Is it? It's channels one shot. I'm assuming. No. Tokyo sync. That's the one. Sync. Yeah, just one shot. No channels. One shot. And a receiver. Actually, no. I think just for clarity, I would like to type it out like this. Over here we say one shot sender. You'll be given a sender. Oh, and you'll be returning a string. That's correct, right? You're not anonymous. Oh, I didn't give it a name, sorry. Sender. Sender is a one-shot sender with a string. Then over here we do all of this. And in the end it's like sender dot send. Oh, I need to get the correct response. It's a client old still, I think. Client sorry, main old. Search files main underscore old. And then over here, handle client await is not what we want. Handle client. Twitch event message. This is the ugliest thing that does all the stuff. Response, follow H response is Twitch res text await unwrap expect data into ether next unwrap followed at parse unwrap. Okay. So we're gonna go get these. About 11 lines, that's one too many, but we'll fix that in post. Post being after I pasted it. This is the handle async. Oh, sorry, it should be in client. Dump this in here. Get that done. We still have the let div that we don't use. Can't find data. Oh shit, I forgot. Actually, hold on. Oh shit, it's always add time. God dang. Not there in handle. No, in client. You're not confused, you're confused. There's models. Follow H response. Is that from string yada yada yada? Followed at date. Okay. Then we go back to handlers. We actually need to be in handlers now. We get the bearer token. Go away. I think this is all just to prepare the request to switch. Yes, we can just throw this all away. I love it when I can throw stuff away. Let's start with nice 20 lines. We can do 10. Yeah, there we go. Save it, and then over here we go models as Twitch models, handlers as wait, this is handlers, isn't it? Yeah, client. I need client. Client as Twitch client. There are bearer token. Yeah. Then over here, oh, excuse me, we're using Twitch client dot as. Oh god, did I not make it public again? Have I been a dum again? Did I forgot the rules? No. Public async fn Twitch ask. Just ask follow it. We're already in a Twitch module. I don't need to like publicly announce it will be Twitch. No, it's not models I was looking for. I was looking for handlers. And it's also not dot, it's double colon. Ask follow it. User ID will be payload dot message dot not sender. Payload dot what do we have in payload? Only message? Return into no, there's definitely more in there. Actually, it will probably be better to just look at the model. Is it like text message? Wait, how did I name it? Payload is Twitch chat message event. Okay. Twitch chat message event has a string. Here. Alright, so it's in Twitch chat message event, and we're just gonna make these public because we need both of them at some point. Twitch client, yeah, in the client. Actually, not in the client, in the handler. Twitch payload dot chatter user ID. Okay. Payload dot chatter user ID. Oh, and we need to make the follow age. Not a follow age, the one time channel, one shot channel. So we go let's resp.tx. Sorry, I don't like it using resp. God, I keep sending this. One shot underscore sender, one shot underscore receiver equals one shot. Oh no, I used the wrong one shot. Oh. Because we want the Tokyo. Use Tokyo : sync. One shot. There we go. Also, this can be gone. So over here, it's one shot. One shot channel. Cannot find value sender in scope. Yes, that's right, because you need one shot sender. Semicolon, and we're gonna dot await this. Yeah, we're working with receiver, alright? Oh no, wait, it's one shot underscore receiver dot await. And then over here it's let response equal that. Save it. And then over here we just dbg response. Unused must use, unused result. Let underscore equals. Oh god, stop complaining just for a little bit. I know we're not using a lot of this stuff. That's fine. Okay, anyway, so theoretically, let's stop that, run it again. Okay, we're doing stuff. So if I do volage, follow HS, and we get our response. Okay, that's wonderful. That's good. And then yes. Hang on. There's two things. We need to send something to the what's it called? What do you call it? To Twitch. We need to be like, hey, we want to send you a message. That's something we need to add to the client. Send Twitch request? No. Well, send Twitch chat, I guess, is the proper term. Yes, and that is this little part, I think. Yeah, this might be it. From here. I'm just reading right now. Yes, this seems fine. So we're just gonna copy this. That's like 27 lines. Yank. I think that's a bit too much, but we'll fix that. Over here, pub, async, fn, send chat message, and I want message to be a string. Pasting all of this. Then over here we can get rid of that. We're just copying this bearer token over there, so we have access to it. Then over here, we're just removing all of this. We say bearer token, not a semicolon. We just need to be open down. Twitch client ID. Didn't I make a thing for the Twitch client ID? Because I need to have that as well. Let's have a look at the config. Yeah. Oops. I didn't want to show that. That's fine. It's only the second time. I really need to have a better look at what I'm trying to open here. Utils/config. This is the config file that I wanted. Okay. Is there something in here to... man, I absolutely forgot what I wanted to... I think it was a handler. No, it was a client. Because in the client, we do need our client ID. Sorry, session ID. Yes, I did. A Twitch client ID. It was a Twitch client ID. Can we get it from here? Nope. No, we still have to hard-code it. I mean, if we're gonna hard-code it anyway, let's just hard-code it in here. fn get client ID. That's gonna be returning a string. We need to... Actually, we can just go like a string from... Then I can just copy it from the previous one. Where are you? Session ID, Twitch client ID. Yank. Yoinkers. I opened the wrong one. Yeah, string from... yank that. Paste it there. And remove the semicolon so it actually returns something. There we go. In that case, if I ever need to change it, it will be a whole lot easier. This will be config ::get Twitch key? That's a horrible name. Why did I name it like that? Why did nobody stop me? Get client ID. It's not a horrible name. I just didn't make it public. I was about to say this would be a horrible name. Thankfully, I didn't call it that. Call it that. Get client ID. Get client ID is private. I'm pretty sure I made it public just now. Saving this. Get client ID is public. Oh shit, I want to yank it, not to remove it. Then over here. Yeah, okay, so we're gonna paste it over here. Actually, just one higher, just so it's like with the other stuff we need to get before we can do anything. Twitch client ID cannot find value of Twitch client ID in the scope. Pretty sure it's here. Pretty sure that's in scope. Save it. It can. Message to send. Yes, you can just be message. I don't think you need to be into because you're already a string. Expected. Okay, we can just into a value, I guess. I don't know why it doesn't recheck my code. Client can't find value client in scope. That's fair. Because we were reusing the old client. Probably shouldn't be doing that, but that's a different issue. Death code, yes. Wait, let me just restart Nvim, I guess. It's kind of annoying. It doesn't automatically recheck. I don't know why. Feel like I did something wrong. Was in client. Okay. Unused variables. That's fine. Wait, what? Oh yeah, we're using that because I need a test user. Because I can't follow my own channel apparently. Which is kind of BS. And honestly, no. Do we need to let this? At some point we want to do some error handling over here. I'm guessing, but that doesn't have to be right now. Use variable user ID. Yeah, okay. That's okay. Dead codes is also okay. Search for handlers. Okay, so over here we get... Yeah, we ask the follow age. We get it from Twitch. Let me just open... search files. The old main thingamajig. Because I already did a little bit of parsing here. I do need to rewrite that. I wasn't happy with it anyway. So right now what I can do, just to get it working. Oh, I do still need a part of this. Do I actually? No, I don't. No, I can just copy this if I'm feeling lazy, and I'm always feeling lazy. So we go back to the handlers. Over here we get like the response. But instead of 4x days, we're just gonna say since has been following since this. The first one should be the user ID, so that's payload chatter user name, not the ID. And the second one should be... Where art thou? Oh, that's just the response. The response is just a string, if I'm correct. That's the result string, Tokyo, one shot. Oh, yeah. Await dot unwrap as a function. You are closing. What are you closing? Yeah, you're closing the format. That's okay. So now we have our message, and then it should be Twitch client : send a chat message with a message to send. Unused must use, unused future. Oh yeah, and we're awaiting that, obviously. Alright, so theoretically, let's get a terminal a little bit smaller and do the run thing. Right, we're connected. We get our OK from Twitch. And if I type exclamation volage, that's beautiful. Damn. Okay, and this actually, honestly, this looks a lot better than a lot more structured for sure than the first attempt. Okay, that can be gone. That can be gone. I definitely like that I immediately got a one shot going. That makes me happy. That's pretty nice. Yeah, because we have the handler thing. I'm not entirely sure. This is gonna be like restructured, but at least we have this. It's in use right now because I couldn't test it with myself. Let's get that out of the way. Chatter ID should be user underscore ID. Okay. So we have that. Then we get data from it, and that we send back through the one shot. We have a way to send chat messages. It at this point is fire and forget. So if something goes wrong, we're not doing anything with that. But that's fine. And our main code, honestly, looks pretty clean. Definitely compared to the old one. There's probably some things I need to fix over here. Like, not entirely sure about this whole area. The whole subscription and set up event messages. That's fine for now. At least it's working. Yeah, at least it's working. Okay, I think with that, I'm gonna call it an end there for today. So yeah, thank you everybody for being here. Thank you all for lurking, chilling, talking, following, whatever the heck you did. I do appreciate it as always. I'll be back coming Monday doing some more programming. And for now, I am going to give you over to Tessie. Tessie's playing some Arena Breakout. I'm put you all over to him. I hope you all have a wonderful weekend, and I hope to see you all on Monday.